Foundation for West Africa ano abinimu mo se da bi da omonte ase kra and na Dr. Mahmoud Baomi so ne nia bra o se won de won tani nuanom zongofo wo ma che se wo mate wonom na nkofo di zongofo adane amanyosem na zongofo na se na ye kwa gise enu abato ye che bentoa ye che buta ye che aduane ye che mo no se da bi zongofo pe kese chensa for the first time zongoni was Supreme Court Justice Tanko kese pa ne what Supreme Court won nti won tena ho ma zongofo akwa Supreme Court no ye mfa kapene so pa na ndisi for so boa oya politics na ba omi awde ye wo kra na wo che buta de kane ene de oba be sheda aba be fans eno so ye big issue e be ka wan say na Bank of Ghana e de kokobo e ma financial institutions a wo hwe sika so wo manya awe na kofo bi aye say eyi wo mu eswendelo mu nipa bonefo a chese wo me ya wo me obuka tesisi adu sika akọ ni nyina ye mfa ho nsem emra na chese ni nyina ye hwe ye de mpanifo ni na di e ba betu edwa ma o se de ba ni nyina ye de enkomo bono ba be hwe so ba major issue no pe ya ka wansem e wo bra ye de obon krata no ye bana ai asemi a NDC ni MPP e de akobo ani ama ya twen sika ya wa ba ante e ba ko a wakowu sad ye new elections impo and so secretary am obi ba wonam ne baabi wono a NDC asem wonka ho MPP a wonka ho wonam ne baabi akọwo ne sika ama wawu a wonsan ema bio emperifo awo studio mbebo am ye de nkomo ne nyina e de abrem na chese ye hu ensem ne nyina amamo live ewo YouTube so yera bisiu eyo opening kese a wonim se Ghana ha wo mo a wo mudin ewo abemu no opening woka ho a chese wonye nipa ato akra na NDC director communication member pachoso ye communication team member ya na dey na for
former DC
former DC wo no kwa na o ye say
Central Front Place
na wan fa ba ire bia ma no
by ire
mo dey ba ire say yes e
afa ni edua
ofoforo mai
foforo abade but
afa na mu dia
ye ho ne de bode ne bro ne nkrantie ne banche na do so pa ba ire so kakra wo ba ye pian wo ye dwomu dia wa nto bode so obeto bro so sana hoti
I see minim se mo honso mo ye ba ire ni bisa o
oh ye ba ire pa but dominant ni ye bode ne bro ne nkate
okay
na banche kakra
ene wo kwa wa ya de ye da se pass wa ba na se wa be din kran
oh me ba no anajo
oh okay good you are busy so de so no man penin na tie say 14 days adu
I'm the way drana said and by no 9th day over the weekend no 9th day until week you also
say na no okoye Zoom conference until no hoye
you say Zoom conference is still not isolation but obia I mean no the man no kodo until there Eden
what is say person be Herald kra na de ba so man penin ni Ghana o na Zoom conference am ye na henya moboa so ma fly ne de ne kwa brochire ti mu hu say moto bete no na mo share that man man penin ko ye Zoom conference aso ha oni ha or London
pocho say o Ghana ebu no kro no chere anti won ka de won ka transport won the plane bia ba no ahweme
ana say plane auto
say plane between plane ba na John ahwe de o man penin hwemo baba because you wan o kija Supreme Court decision oben no so if Supreme Court na say decision for no into a line bia ye nyan mo to nti ame na make the o man penin wait kon na mpede me kire Ghana for the video o anamba mo ko kija airport plane bia o bia na American don so man penyu man panam za che Ghana fu
nti o ha
o Ghana
nti Zoom no ye na Jubilee
yes Villa Hall
nye
dabi no Villa wala po Villa ngo na hwe na hwe onye Ghana gwa nzamo bo ana
nti Ghana High Commission no London no Ghana nkonya wo ana onye Ghana nkonya
onye Ghana ngo mpoto
because Ghana embassy Ghana High Commission in London
yes
home no eko embassy ni inside that bibia o wote there Ghana
oh no so flag bo bibia bo but inteji dem gwa no fa fi Ghana na yezo
da bi nche wo bi wo home so
wo UK poto em kro me hu dem but me patch the setting na owo hadin ihu
only the same
Villa Hall nti sa Villa Hall President Mahama what no da na enti say ancho different Villa ancho do work kan do Villa no onyo no no o charge no ho no Ghana High Commission President Mahama oye president so no ko Ghana High Commission so no ambassador ho anamba
okay
enti no so botu makada da bi ha no ye Ghana High Commission o UK
okay
but as o the fact onye no kwa
okay
enti eduma ye ndama o ya sometimes o do bia ba no ka bibi enti o ba o depend on bibi free ba atasa because it's ya bibia ye bia no obekado onye fe because okado afia want to abaman December to do the other side them na
Auntie Afia, me say the location of presidency here it has no bearing on Abatu.
Oh, well,
the main issue crack I just say so much focused on is a ban saying na the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces COVID etimi akana kwashede.
So obi na expose no.
See it in katiti ho na nkase say COVID afa omani no mumu. If you say yes ahene wo shede. It in COVID edi omani no so.
Oh na say ne British ho ahwan yi. Prime Minister so ono so na
you na me kire wi. It in katiti na nka COVID odi omani Ghana so. Because yes ahene na nkasa wakana shede. Ana meboa. So that is all we should be concerned about. But the location, the fact is that COVID I cannot share them. Or your politics in your Zoom conference, no politics no more. No campaign strategies. And yet anything about COVID fight and anything about national issue. It was about purely campaign.
Cabinet
meeting, cabinet meeting, Zoom. Campaign the enemy who the mimi who ye ne the o kire omo de omo nkoka e wo campaign omo nkoye man nti politics na oye wo isolation enye running the state he's running the campaign
because we say na sa week no na prof J na no pokwadima asema ba mani ba e na unse na MPP for ni beat say chema wudumi akoka asema nkofa blasting no pa nti e bia na president ni omo ye communication for ni ye meeting no person o chere say mo nkoka o se omo nka records achievement mamu nkoye politics
no kra wo mu ne say me ti drop so de me hu ye wo afidie kasamfoni so ne say president kasa o kasa no politics na no wo ye campaign strategies no de man communicators enye cabinet meeting na COVID na akama she dem no kwan be ne be fa so a ye be reduce the doctors need necessary infected how do we protect our school that wasn't the conversation it was about campaign. Into your share isolation, to the best of my knowledge, campaign
no, but as more can pocho, I know car. Brother, no, sharp.
I know what the president area campaign.
I sharp, a very sharp guy. On the president statement by through Mustafa Hamid, campaign vice manager campaign. No, say campaign this year campaign. Oh yeah, about issues.
Okay.
So at that time, president only communications campaign team on yon kase.
Okay.
Because no party for no way then would be a work kasa and I this for kasa. And at that time, no, president he was doing political party politics. Because I don't know for kasa mobile.
Okay.
There, I mean, as the leader of the party, them campaign. It's some one or no two. The second one was a president where a cabinet no so a politics no yen. We in what some use now. Also a party politics. It's only an MPP campaign team.
Okay, no,
you can say it's a sharp man. Now, the next one, also president, politics. What is politics? So, president, two Obama no mayor of a number.
What's your punchline?
No, I am that. Two Obama, the manage the affairs of the state. Until managing the affairs of the state, one on your year, the cabinet. Mobile.
Yes, but on you don't know your direct politics. On over benefiting on Uncle the party.
But your mobile say, you're two Abaman. Or don't you pay the constitution, or don't you ministers here, Juma?
Okay.
Into ministers no offer. At that set one kafa party chairman, another Dabi, politics in 20. Everybody you saw on the screen with your agents, the ministers or one KD. It means that president in some more Kade, the 13 speeches, also young safety protocols, isolation. In some more can nala ojido through the World Health Organization, no formal management committee. The young share COVID. Then this is what formal one technical committee. Because we can't be our form 2, but which is good or man and presidents there. See, a man so a dog. Into some into isolation. I mean, disabled. Into things must go on. There was technology. The country must move on. Nti oya dem no watch amanda oman dey no nti awa ayedwuma baby no wo so fadam kon do fay that's leadership nti some more can pepepe
okay so on your politics or leadership
some can to
Zoom conference then
Zoom yes or your politics as to actual definition of politics as to managing the affairs of the state
okay
you to abaman don ye
but in honorable Fuseni don't any problem any day at the time no or expert there as a commander in chief of COVID waka wa hye mu o campaign manager Macmenu COVID aka na hye mu wo ministers ahora COVID na aka wo nya hye mu nche ne isolation who use that to address the issue of yaba or spreading instead of only communicators mbaka de o mo onye politics na de ono onye ibia ne business ya so ba MPP for the one year campaign also manage state but the president rather took advantage to do politics.
No, Procho, on no per MPP, about party no govern this country, or MPP and and I or leader of the party. And I in your cage, your quayba. No bay, Okasen. So Okasen, why effect will be them some the Kanamoba. No, two, Mr. Politics near to Abamandoyan, or Chehan day, say, as a mesa, on Chede, then, yes, you dim. Okay, but isolation. Chama Macmenu is on or test positive or AKYERE at the hospital.
Yeah.
President one test positive. But that's the distinction. Or then he was exposed. Pay also them are isolatable. ABI within the 14 days no test no infected. And that's a wise thing to do. And I mean feel the ain't bush a distinction between Obia test positive or the hospital. Chairman Macmenu wasn't a corner wasn't for the treating you are no so organism. No, Obisa why expose no to be because test no no negative. Maybe I'm pay part of Mokoyan. Them tests no abazi null and void because my contract be. And as we speak, no World Health Organization we good worship. Yenya antidote to it. And I think the president showed leadership. And some academy in the because also all your politics. And the politics MPP for no work as
okay, so it's part of nation managing
the political
nation.
party no manage the affairs of the state anamoba.
Okay.
And I'm a party or woman or waban. Obia yenya and this did. No, to Dabi. I want us to deal with issues. Into communication team of this party, Wonko. At that time, no ama Mustafa Hamid. Statement. No be oberity to the day. This is party. Yeah, not to dan check. Yeah, acclamation. Your friend you Sancho dead or Congress. But your friend you by and 100. Again, he's showing that no, as in old baby your corner you have to be innovative of managing it.
Okay.
No, we saw the cabinet here.
Just 30 seconds on this one. I didn't say you see immediate communication even around the president's so-called isolation here. Fine, I can understand my brother, but me coming from my background, you know. So I catch the public health person. The same say president according to isolation. What I understand is that he's been exposed to the disease, suspected. Ain't no isolation for it to
potentially or positive. Yes.
So say manifest because you self quarantine or quarantine when we are afraid say one shall be infected. But isolation it just say what show symptoms.
Oh, okay.
Why you exposed? It's yeah isolated so that I won't find you be. So but I looks as if we interchange those two words no. Until obiaya I am you can self-isolate if there is no exposure or there is no symptom. Ebia utia oya. Unso for say wakonipam. And yeah, okay, I'm suspecting it. Into no, we isolate you so that we make sure say yeah, test on won't find you be. But oh baby ni so say ansha omo ho suspect so baby akwan ebia obi obia. You self quarantine. Say the beya I then after 2 weeks ne be show say wo mu ana show. Say ni mu so na after 2 weeks you are okay.
Until to the extent say president letter no mo dey buy no mo use word. Omo use word isolation as say
that is the understanding we in the health sector but okay say president is into self quarantine and I say you quarantine president it means say onyenye bi be so say nipa bi bemben no ebia na obi anya bi ntine ye yi ono asi nchen say ebia bi onumu a ebe show eni numu nso so after 2 weeks no na ye hu say we okay but okay say ya isolating I just say we show symptoms and obi nso oben na anya bi enti ye ma ono so akoda nche ne ahwe said the beya did any buy a bit me aso no ntem and I say you test ahwe but what I say but in isolation no quickly na ka say your bab until beka so ya omampani test nyame adom e negative then the country is okay everybody is cool we are running the affairs of the state nicely aside from the politics na e no you see these are technical issues I just say you stick to it very well and I'm not surprised excuse me to say Ghana is getting a bit reckless with the management of COVID. Truth be told, we are being a bit reckless. Sister AFIA, you kind of crunch because it looks as if say one education na just say NCC omo crowd and come actually but public health officers, disease control officers, health promotion officers, nurses, friends, nurses, community nurses. Those are the primary healthcare level. No, they should have been leading this education on COVID. But unfortunately, no up bottom rather approach. It's a press conferences no akra. Ni can no TV. So you expect say the whole function can any one. Ono so be hu the press conference na can no TV so. It I say but nka community nurse ni na owo no field technician, disease control officers or more ye mom nyina part of what we are doing now. And can be easier for us to fight.
And yes, I know my
no. Even at the hospital, no, you were from specific frontline workers for COVID.
Oh, sir.
Yes, and yeah, the whole hospital staff are not frontline workers. So
okay.
You were more designated almost said this particular people no kwana COVID for by the almost session we. This area 5 or 6 staff, 1 doctor, 2 nurses, and some other people, lab technicians, taking care of that session. So they become the front line workers for the COVID in that particular hospital. Now the danger is say OPD for now, nipa bebremiti ya meya, and then so baby I do say this is the flu season. Sorry, ewa, very good. That is how they will understand it properly. This is the time I so
according to health track no.
That is it. This is the season. And ewa cost will be brave. This is COVID in so na say a wire in motorway.
A wire COVID no motorway.
Yes. Because it goes through your lungs. E ho no so ekokopie. Intinu say oh bawa uti ya oya. Those are some symptoms so a little bit associated with COVID symptoms. But COVID dey say obabo dry ewa na uti ya oya, you can't breathe, difficulty in breathing. Say ekodru baby a untimi home. Na sabi, you have to go under your friend is saying ventilator. That's just how the end asamo yaba. But asymptomatic for no ebe one ho obebo wa be say 2 weeks continuous. But unya cold ni sa flu na obo wa oti ahoro. Uti be ya ho be yesi. But COVID the end there unti ahoro obebo wa dry sa.
This is the education ka community health for no. But for instance our district we ba no monye.
District your friend is saying disease control officer wa kwa ya drobonso anyu no fi. Any your friend is saying Hamidu enclave. Funsia nipa over 1,500 no. Continue assess because rainy season. Yakubu for there's a cut off. I'm talking about some place.
Year of rose na bi no ho.
O de be de enka ho. Ye Africa na no many this you ko to bet say otimi ye mikro mi se kura kwan a meche ni dwan enti regional minister call park highways from fidie nyira be gu se kura kwan so say omotwa so. But that's on a lighter note. But what I'm trying to say is Sister AFIA, let's involve the community health nurses, the field technicians, the disease control officers, the lab technicians. You see, you madenu ko ye nipa kakra bi because of say resources be allowances be e mo kra en corner. This is where we get ourselves to. Because school mo nkola nyina ko wura school mu. School bi anke ye was SHEP coordinator ho. School health coordinator ko ho no. How are they handling the issue? So
and now I say reckless because if we are not
seriously.
It don't know better you're better.
Okay, but in some more Kenya, which is there, we are aware.
You are aware.
Most people are aware. COVID, you know, everybody's talking about it in the whole world. On your epidemic, 2015, say your epidemic correlate. No, your novelty, you put 200. Were we reckless?
Oh, 2015.
Yes, you put 200.
200.
Correlate, yes.
Correlate,
you know, on your epidemic or happen in a small locality. Okay? It's also a technical person. That means your health. Your biological craving na me school. Okay. Into biology na me on them the bakasa. Hey, say your baba no so contagious and or infectious. Naza, you isolate anamoba. Isolation or play with words quarantine isolation.
Also isolation enye bia. Enye symptoms and say na isolation. Enye bia e quarantine. Inti no chere president we enye bi.
Eme. Nwa. Figana mukro UK. Mudu na mukro Northampton Hospital Menya malaria. I mean, I feel the malaria. No, that time when task papa. Malaria also or quarantine. That's the word they use. And so enjoy the isolation. It is playing with words. And where you're coming from. Quarantine isolation. Then now what you should be one cutting and I'm over.
But when they abroach phone, abroach phone wa ben. Wa ben na a first batch wa ben 1063 bi no wa ben. Na Ghana Health Service mandatory quarantine.
That's right.
Was it maho?
Yes.
Echi one work of one was abenya. What's the mandatory quarantine. This time you will pay. I mean, first for no ben government will change.
Okay.
Echi de one will ben. But they use the word quarantine. But president they let no ben. They use the word isolation. And I made your president no microphone. I want you know what you believe. What been? When you the difference between the words there, man.
No, but it doesn't mean any different. That's what I'm saying. No.
Okay,
because
you might not mean.
It's yet to see here. Na eshedemo. Maba, also he's been quarantined. Does it mean he's there with a lot of people? No, no, anamba.
Okay.
He's been isolated. Does it not mean the same thing?
Yes, where you isolated.
Question now, a man answer no. Omo free abrochire ba na ye quarantine mandatorily.
No, I'll get to
mandatory quarantine. Ye test. So those who were suspected were isolated. Are you getting it? Omo ye dey omo call mandatory quarantine no. Ye test omo ye positive. We isolated those cases that were positive.
But honorable argument in you know.
It's word say you see English na yeah say open the use English words.
Okay.
Atasa. In the same vein, here na what quarantine on, okay? Na here na ye nye biejo no. Quarantine for isolate one. We're using words. Isolation. I'm isolating this from this. Atasa.
We are the English is that
we are talking only boy use technical words.
Okay.
But we are talking to lay people out there.
No problem.
When you help
isolation and quarantine means for me the same thing. Ono Christian doctors, the lawyers, I mean medical people, they use them words. Isolation and quarantine, where you
same.
What
where you if you
because we demarcate so or we demarcate if you offend them.
Okay.
Now.
But the point about recklessness there, I reckless from president.
Macho. Okay, so no man can no macho be fine or happy paper machishin. Recklessness nor canoa. First of all, in some year canoa, it depends on where you're coming from. That's how our politics is. One, I don't know a pandemic. It's a novelty, behind baby in the field. And then when these things come, a special purpose vehicle to manage it. See the status quo, nurses no be on 1 year juma, the COVID juma. No, to be but no malaria, or be but there. You haven't actually specialized it.
Oh, okay.
So Nana Simon can also say a kubebia where you pack a credible. Then it means that we are trying to manage it into what by our way juma, it will be your departments. Even though they are all health workers, no. But what's our nation COVID-19? Echo hospital, you need malaria, obi malaria.
But on last time, the first point of call hospital home ye OPD.
Yes.
OPD for no so what I say allowance na as was the menya woman home. But was the allowance in yama frontline COVID people. Yes. Meanwhile, exposure no one why exposed. And then education book chira. Nche community health nurses na wo kum grass na de. Also no one would also know road no. Onko into education as fee no why a press conference wa cry
Master Hill and time to maybe send the ODC a corner hin oil but we are not talking about them. I don't like to do politics there now we be anye was that show sir you wait juma atasa because on ODC so be back at the obe no so anye she we are not doing that because we are looking at the health of Ghanaians and I'm saying that if he says that then the Ghana Health Service shouldn't be there. And two, no, Ghana Health Service, so cascade kufum. The Ghana Health Service, what you want to answer, what the Ministry of Health say, and sana President Akasa. It is the President Haba, no, our form management team. Why doesn't it be Nyanka there, how Ghana Health Service on continue? Why did we form a special team for COVID? Dr. Nsiansari and all that? Because you have to look at it specifically, even though Ghana Health Service were you know, or advice from World Health Organization, yes, sir. The president Abakasa because them here be here open also ministries no could say one kwa ebia seriousness no onye baby no bodu them but president Akasa 13 times about a day we updated when he speaks all the ministries of education ba faneze last chief tansi po mo bo obia okasa ni speech no department bia paragraph bia wa wozu om as a minister you have to pick it up and go into say yeah na say yes okay see health service when you be community health nurse or the work around this is something you bring on board but we haven't been reckless because if you compare it to other countries yes it could have been better but all you knew as a disease how do you manage it so pandemic ni be so harder but you they are managing no you're successful na be anipa be 5,000 a week na you 6,000 then you're doing a comparison but it's a novelty
okay
okay the president na kasa and this point in time say we be on ya na is on board
okay yaboko banda dinim mpede ebem honorable Hussein talk about the reason say cholera 2015 krokum nipa 200 under your watch man shada manage bia look na just a localized issue as against where a global crisis will be any
Antifia you say ofhwe bibi efre bibi infectious disease process. Let's use these three things as the dynamic and ofa this is the virus mode of transmission, this is the host and as nipa now infecting. In any fighting of infectious disease process what you do is that simply break the chain of transmission.
Maybe a fire ko nipa mu no.
That is it.
Okay.
Inti sa pandemic ya ba no one droplet infection say kwa dey say itimi hangi obi mbe say 8 hours nti it can be partially airborne and then droplet infection infection say me ka say semi wo bi na say bi ntesuo efri manum ne na se for ba sa droplet infection wo twe ko ohwini mu a na abo na nya ba bi ewuram nti owura ohwini mu ekwohye wo nasal cavity ho eye ho adwuma na odore a na asane akọ ominimu iti na ebinum nya minimukuro sore throat no ba sa explode wo ho nso na owura wo lungs no akotete wo lungs no so any government anywhere in the world what they are doing is they are trying to break the chain of transmission. How do you break the chain of transmission? Separate the virus from the host.
Okay.
You know, a be a lockdown. COVID the problem is COVID no nipa 4 ni nya COVID. Do kuta yare na kasa ye contact A, B, C and a D. A ne dia na nipa na yenim so don't of say ni nyame mpangu menya bi. Contact B eye o producer na me ba onim kura se me wo bi. Inti no one me ne ba ye. Security man na me share no forma o je me car key so o park ama me no. Ono so the contact B ba onim kura se me so me kura me nim se me dia ma no. Dem me ne tina throw mu but ye ka se ye contact tracing na ye be ba dem have a fa BCU we contact C ni afa sister AFIA we contact C because you are the known contacts ni akofi akofa me ye ne me ba erajua they are the contacts C na ye pe omo no na ebia omusu pie de koye obi a that person becomes contact D but B no ye ntan hu no because unim krasa wo de ama no no so nim sa wo obi
no so de ko
unfortunately for Ghana no you were asymptomatic for bebre a omunya yare no nso omunda omu ho adi ena yensusu ya ban susu sakoye hwehwani mu a WHO nya ka asem apay no mafa no hook line and sinker instead of say ombe double test no say we are doing discharge and we are covering the discharge to be recoveries.
That's how we say WHO guidelines there.
WHO akata cross up by say dey bi ade no mu hwe answer.
Ade na mate say mo kan ba minim say correct say WHO aba say.
Yes.
That discharge ma enye.
Do it according to your local environment. Look at your case. The way our case
may not be the best.
It may not be the same for every country. What I say because Ghana your cases no more of asymptomatic people. Ebia Italy the any there omunya severe and critical until who omontem. What I say because omunya ya na break it down. Ghana de obetimi anya or de be nam ha no acha nipa ba ku bia so betimi de ama nipa at least nipa 5. Nipa ba ku bia nya one chekura nipa 5 or de be ma omo. And a Ghana so yes I am mass gathering. Most of the health workers are calling say baby I didn't the AKYERE primaries, I didn't the AKYERE registration, I didn't the AKYERE collect school. All these mediums are ways of virus need to spread the power. So why is Ghana rushing into things that will make the virus spread more? They say registration because registration brings out all the vulnerable groups. Everyone kokra omo yare hihye omo hu nyina eba out. omo nya bi kura no will come out to come and register. Indeed, are we not being reckless, AFIA? That was the point.
But you are most of the and to about some of the two and to about. The Cassie postpone, he said, a question price, President Mama, any President Kufa don't have unique postpone and come back.
You didn't say young postpone. We could have used the old register.
Old register now court on more parliament, minority leader, majority leader, Muninas a bloated. You better credible elections.
Now we are bloated. You are bloated. Near baby. You are bloated. Stefia, near baby. So for me, my lecturers looking at me right now, Dr. Asen and the rest looking at me right, will not forgive me. Say me better na man can't say adena ibibiaye koniye. It looks as if say as a elections no is now rather our main focus rather than the health of the people. And so I'm not surprised the teacher unions are agitating, the parents are agitating, because it looks as if we are more concerned about something more than the fighting this disease.
Yeah, but
and that is a danger.
But you see, Mama Kasa, but only ministers argument defeating one Kasa argument. Say, yeah, the old voters register no cry to aba. Nko so mbe pia bonti abeto aba.
Yes.
And yet the same vulnerable groups never bonti. Is it not the same population on baba bonti?
And I make us say,
omunye exposed.
Nye bia ne say ye man pani yare ka ne share dem a odi zoom ka say.
Tiafa zoom to aba na.
No. Couldn't we have been innovative about the whole thing? That is why I'm saying we are being reckless. Because you're trying to say, but we are not finding alternative ways of doing things better.
Wow, districts, I can't say districts in be okra, they are cut off. I'm a road, you now see I'm going to zoom.
Because Zoom, we could have found an innovative way of doing things.
Which innovation?
Innovative.
Maybe.
One can say innovative.
Good. Okay, say, you use old register now. It means people will not mass up again to go and register. So you're trying up to December. By then, the flu season, no, echo from Kakra.
Oh, okay. Now
that is it.
Okay.
Then now we are going to vote. So we are just exposing the people once.
For one day.
What you say? Okay. Rather than say we expose you now, ebia omo baba ba tro mudin benya bi. Ni yesa koye campaign, na hihye crofon no mo che by December it might explode. That is just the thing we are talking about. And you say nipa ne ka bibi se yenye bibi soronku bia o. But let's get serious a bit with this thing. Health workers are complaining about basic PPEs. Sister, if you even me make say by this time no ka media no so kra ka mo be boa kakra say ade a na nke etono 1 cedi and then 4 cedis. Ade a shemi.
Maski.
Na ye 1 cedi o and then 4 cedis.
So there's high demand.
Ade a shemi nue. En kan na ye best say 10 cedis as 15 cedis.
25 ne 30 ne.
They be cry 50.
Wow.
And some of the private hospitals are having to buy their own PPEs. Yes. Some of the doctors and nurses who are not in the frontline category, happen to buy their own things. Because hospitals on the top 1, 2 nurse, intina edu we be a critical for ni is because doctors or kono ho kra usuru. If he's not fully protected, nipa ne enya cardiac arrest and I say bibi kra na usuru so obokono. That is the reality.
Fear no of PPE inadequate PPE is
150 doctors na enya. Over 500 nurses say are infected.
Yeah, come about 795 people.
So they are also human beings like us. So I'm making sure mama who say you near bread then I so when they become demoralized and discouraged, we are in for trouble. Because malaria imukra onukra or wipe ya dada. Now we are sabeka ho. Nti se onu nusuro na malaria eba malaria symptoms so be one sane manema we bi wom. No suro say bia COVID or da ho na malaria ko bia ne akolaye di esi o ke UST.
And can na also no.
That is the point.
But I was saying because you take quite a year this time around this year especially because June etwem you July more ya enter July substantially per 16th. But yeah cholera cases the malaria and share down cause baby asa.
Yeah, because people are being careful now. Unsa na the entire man ka malaria. Malaria unya cholera. The chire nyina sabi cholera ne typhoid unya cholera any typhoid the chire nyina sabi ti fo mfanche mi na hwefo sabi what do you be ajanai. That is just the simplest meaning of cholera malaria your friend is saying typhoid. I just say obi ajanai I find it some way somehow into your system.
But o said o kan mo manage ni ye.
It is not
sabi obi ajanai kwa now clearly we are not having the cases because we have better sanitation. So say our cases them
me no ka say this a friend said disinfection be braye or marketing na account. Okay. Most of the so areas we've been able to do because we were afraid of COVID. No, this is what we did, and the people themselves know, and then abontie didi no kra reduce kakra.
Ntuka say is not government.
O say
so government I recognition say we spray schools in Germany ade and no ka ho na COVID.
I'm not saying say the situation is totally worse. So okay. I am just saying they are being reckless in some areas.
Okay.
That is a fact we must all deal with because I'm not the only one complaining. To the extent say Ghana your friend is saying
medical association
they are all complaining. Private health workers and unions are all complaining. Teachers, nuts, and all of them are complaining. You know, I don't know. It is time we tell them the truth. Say, yes, about 20 them we are there, but you cannot leave your responsibility just because you are being competed with. Okay. No.
Mommy, I'm coming because I know see a link to registration. Now we are being number. Okay, say because yeah, true. There is more interest. More interest. And say, chinchini ambe voti. Because yes, and no said they describe as recklessness. And at this level of recklessness, then can you say around this time, yeah, COVID abe. The entire no in because banana the SAMP before. I'm saying before and a call was kind.
So on what's
it?
But say what agencies or
yeah, police for
agencies be what's
but what's the one pan second because they suspected that he was NDC. What one way who he wasn't NDC.
So what's state agencies you should obey what's in AFIA. That's
the and they'll give us the facts. Yes.
That's Martin. On umbrella.
Yes, a nice way of avoiding things.
So what's there? What's the police when you are
but your reporter can say and the reporter said these are the reports they are also guessing. Eyewitnesses.
Eyewitnesses, no. Okay. And Master Ghana police the what's BBS into one question what's in my hand. Master mind.
Oh no, is it not serious? Then one way they won't show me. And you know NDC for from beginning work there. You limited registration. So that just a limited number of people, about 1.5 million people. Only those are where the 18 years out about try easy. And I was it that be Yankee in what the case the court. Fortunately, the Supreme Court agreed with EC was Yankee in the one. Now you have about 18 million people coming out to register over a long period, more than a month was a bull. Nti nye ho mo no wa ma ibi ni ba wewu a nya bibifu mo wa ye ma ibi ni ba wewu a
sabi you bibi sawa law you bibi offering causation
awa ye lele mpo etwem
say you bibi offering causation
mo bo mi di awa ye lele mpo etwem
say you bibi offering causation mo bo causation yeah ebia ye temi efunu emi o na ezmato ambulance mo ko na ambulance another me bleed na ambulance na nya accident na mewu sabi abe me no oma me ya na dedi atasa
okay
in this realm you cannot determine where you are because your elections ma nkrofu but I'm not saying that a friend will no nyame mfa ne kransie it shouldn't have happened atasa baby a friend ko pain sometimes obi wo ho no obi wo kopa na obi abeden abetum obi anabi nti honestly onya adosi because that ye be no president Vigilantism and Offences Act 2009 Obado after Ayawa so Nsroma what happened I didn't hear 2 years ago nti Ms. Wilson message the police institution na but my brother order change na cho there yeah registration na as in and yeah to abana as in Nankasa start also we've been reckless about the whole thing or conclude not in some areas okay you start with
management of the
I start with but we also conclude I mean some no can mean answers mo Nankasa me health work me hwe na lewe no see ma correla na akofum anamoba the yeyen oben wa ma ya aware of certain things. I'm speaking from the layman's point of view. Oben so we fumigate and we disinfect markets na nti yerbe piakofum. So you've used one stone to kill 2 birds. And by managing COVID-19, there's a domino effect of other infectious diseases or kufum. Penasum or ken. It's on the too. Now, I said that it is a novelty. Until behind me. One now also registered. Ebi pa, warrior, never the easier could on home mobile. Aircon, because you're going to a certain area, you're conscious of it. There, it doesn't mean that it will be 100%. On the issue cordon area hona, it means that legally na hona be easy or the enejuma. Outside of it no, ono na onye easy ya. Me the man your kodi. My peda anche yebo hwe na ya eden. One of work on so ya hwe because the microphone no outside of the cordon area. It means that on yemfa no ofie. So obokogum. Oboko akotaze. Mobana. What's a chapter one call at the 100 mobile? But it's Yarba no airborne now or can. You first do a droplets. On upon what's the social distance 1 meter. Into we are learning, but that's more the WHO Kasani Afan. Isn't it? Because one health workers on WHO World Body no Kasan Wafan in Yayakuduma. Into why is it that the government is following that? Because Nuguchi Shishum Obia Shishum. As no happen, scientists will be in science and so other research the animal. Into actually no biaba Okoda no biaba Eureka found it animal. Into I mean, so Nuguchi, I'll be happy about it. Into Biarian is a World Health Organization. I boom. What was a day nor qua. We have to follow it.
Yeah, but honorable, WHO say do it country specific. Neka president, this speech in a virtual AKOSUA summit. Now he said it. He repeated that 1 year BBI today, my way to America no wakafa. They will do country specific.
That's right.
It's any problem that the fact that you are having increase in cases. Cases no sure no look and then 173 new cases.
Or decrease. Other country no decrease.
Oh, but Sweden for to manage what they.
No,
Sweden is not recording new infections.
You see, when you take something from the top and you are replicating it, you look at your culture of the people that you're governing. We are in a country where young Crawford, Ghana for Yankasa, I mean, sometimes we put a freedom from nose mask. And Sweden is more a formalized setting than in Ghana had the Anamoba. The informal sector is bigger. In the technology, how to manage those things, all these things come to play. It is a manager or can
another example in Africa, also Mauritius, wait to manage
Mauritius, Mauritius, the Ghana, Mauritius, what formal sector, the informal sector, or to them. We need to look at the countries.
You are managing the state.
It's on some church. So when you're giving that to the data and them, your manager say, district health, or can say, no district, I don't know go from COVID-19 district health officers. One will lead as an animal, but a hospital specific. When you're small team, or manage, and you have to have a special purpose vehicle for that.
In fact, last honorable Kando, ranking member on the health committee, about us health directors who will manage what the Sikano government allocation, what I come at DCs. One moment a disbursement, they will decide what to buy and offer more bottle and on the Boko district health directors over here. To confusion about I don't know well, but that was the allegation.
That I need to go and find out. But says about so this Ibutia said district health when away you more district animal.
Well,
they work together. Security agencies obey Jumo district. The DC is the head of DISEC. DC no a president no representative for Anamoba. And the DC is supposed to take the directive from the president, political, and ensure that the thing is done. Okay. Into all I'm saying is that where we are now, on Kade, and Yanchen may register, Nayanchen disabled, we don't even know. We're living on uncertainty. AKYERE is a World Health Organization when they did. A child and over catching the Adampu, sana cold temperature or thriver.
Yeah.
So we manage what we have on a day by day. What's it? I didn't actually, and that is how I will go because say on that's what I fine. But in been or to me normal or look like that. Say you for more no but say kind. And the man yet you ask him Ghana one was in term of catch on 19 you pay. No pine ayen. Potato what can do atasa. Adam crofon nkado pino what say atwa that didn't say one. Also far I papa ba as oh yankasa no nsu sa na tem. I mean,
oh, the man.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah,
oh, my uncle Banadian. That's why I'm going. That's why I'm going.
It was totally needless.
Oh, yeah, the second is serious. You better say video. Honorable Fusen, no, Pachokoso.
Totally needless, therefore, in Yanukum. Oh, Entina, as a Drew baby, nay, AKOYERE say, ye man Penny, the commander in chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, no, or can a new man, Yamson Pakwa. Oh, so Uboko baby na Budia Eshenechi. Because say you need hotspots in this whole country. You need all the hotspots in the country. And he say, you see AKOYERE registration. na say ye person niema bi say this unfortunate incident
and the second year they won't know.
I can't even watch.
Very serious.
What I say? Why did they have to resort into this? And do you know the most painful aspect? No, say be sick how will be. Me said you see you mamoja na bab more. You see you, and look at the position cry Denato. Because say bibi twa obi a, the first thing to do is to try and close it. It's the first thing I can just say you dey sabet ade na twa no near near to compress to restrain the blood from coming out. He died because he lost so much blood. So no so ye di gusu no e mamoja no kraba more.
And honorable entina o ka say your ya ban na failure no na men so menti ase say ade we ba na we when your first time o in fact bono region and kasa NDC and MPP one classes
that
so
is
many
why I'm saying say
yeah election tracking yeah check honum kan say a flashpoint
that is the point asema
wa kan e kopoku sankore e ho a flashpoint honorable Collins that flashpoint nti
ye nim say Jordan Kwane honorable Ahmed wants to say
e ho issue in fact na first na ye Jordan Kwane ASIEDU nketia ye be ASIEDU nketia general secretary ofri sekwa
that's true
nti o dey say a very influential person pa wo ha enya asem keto ba nti between NDC and MPP I don't know they bet me ye do about to
go na me ka aban asem ne say sisi am no ka say wodi Ghana soja for the tuo akurekura mo so mo go gina ye border no so mo hu se covid ba na mo mo no tuo oti ase waso Ghana Armed Forces nyina akogu ye border so vote tane na se for se omunko botuo covid tuo ma na unimu flashpoints so ade na flashpoints ni mo ya mfa military for na anko homo
okay
couldn't this have been averted
no mo de ko anya mu gura na mbesa bekasa
minia
because I flashpoints omo de ko amu mekasa say ho ye mo stronghold
fine me no ka say drobon so soldier for ho okọ nhia so ko bantima wo hu soldier for ho
asa
okọ ejesu wo hu soldier for fire service for na immigration for na tete
na wo ho e border town
me wanya border town
so soldier for
because NDC seat and DC no ho so air contest sitting MP inti chairman of DISEC eja o chere ni tumi kakra and that is what is going on there just last 2 weeks Thursday in Colombia omuko sala omuko chiro omudi soldier for be mo a mo nyina gu kam de ko police station adan a yese omu free from so na e be chiro omudi wo idrobon so they have places are omu interest nti ka sa interest ni be call all the flashpoints aka ebi ni say ye kochi honorable ba wa kwaboni a whole city MPO na DC etimi ama MC etimi ama ne the tax akobo no kwa the same thing happened to honorable Collins Dauda you know me
honorable DC Adewe is new last 2016 election ya mu nkofo ho e me say Alhaji Collins Dauda nua omu bo ni din ye che no ade na wo put blame no on aban ko an say undercurrent ni omienu nyina
me den ka me jiri say enkie sebe ye kogu ye hu animase wo ayawaso ewie ya ye koye commission na se for mampani board commission sem ni nyina agu wie ye no ka me fo se ka wabo agu kura no enka obaye bibia enna me ka nyameso mpa no enka obaye bibia kire say there be going forward this unfortunate things will not happen but as a baby adru no obi ehu say there be o ade ne de police phone timi mbo ho ban soldier phone timi mbo ho ban enna me amebo ho ban and that is where we will have a problem as a country because you lose trust in the state agencies to protect us and we decide to protect ourselves that could be dangerous
honorable BC us you blame him because we have lost trust in him you can't protect us anymore if din aye tro keke wo you to protect me bi ni ba wu a
or ka say what say MPP fo no we feel there or NDC no ko on second mobile yin na yenyo important say we is not despicable and or ka or politicizing no more thing because you see no politics na yen or here about this country and I don't like a situation about also MPP no here first assemble I was saying some president or here then we promulgate to law vigilantism and other offenses act I no be so you don't expect the president
what's the law no bogus
or bogus
what's the law no bogus
yeah do be
what's the law is targeted at NDC phone contain and the law is not fair
because on there CCR ejuma ye CCR so pass law about the good law about the good people are happy bad people into them not Into one na what for the base born was targeted at them.
Oh, okay.
And this for the hakish.
Semantics.
When you know one way vigilante phone.
So what could they mean we as
This is that you do vigilante phone in our state institutions now. We are say by this banding moment.
That be Opache say. Opache say. Say wa unim say boni wo chima be boni ana law ne ba usuru ba wonya dia.
Why today no what we call we appointing appointing registration no se men ka dey we appointing. At all to mum num guma there so mum also we akokase afa appoint. Wa pass law. Law no ho akọ president has sent to it. We all must abide to it. Atasa. So BBC we pass law no check the law no prevent crime. Anamobwa. Osa no check law na trigger. Mobwa. Na state agencies wo nti mo wesin abaju so na conspiracies bi rekodo aba MPP nyi no obosoro ko ka wonu MP so worko waka ejuma anamobwa nti ho no wonu do MPP nya nti am se yema police for hwehwem because unity of purpose the bi am kan ma say unity of purpose can be positive or negative nti unity of purpose worko no worka so vigilante fa nti onyim de ye 10 MPP nya ide na o this kan one MPP nya na mpotata sa and one what to nya wonyim ho atasa until now it stand out the conspiracy could the MPP for no work or biska we feed NDC okay another school of thought and now NDC no MPP ni second onyame na maka
Okay,
so let's allow them to look into it now back into it don't be stand you had time be honorable Collins Dowd and brother also babo sabazo our second what we could be we gone these things have been going on in our country for a long time into the law about what's yin chapel into yen yabata the obodo yenje the mazin no yen yanu no so aiden what because yeah the mazin yes covid yeah covid in some covid like into registration covid na kan onyim MPP onyim NDC chairman makime no nyebi Sir John Oko
yeah.
secondary school in some no work there president no watch baby no I mean my boy secondary school atasa my brothers number copy so it's not like I'm MPP in some account obi no back oh yen nyina yembo it means that everybody yin baby o nti say everybody play with the sentiment of the people no re why tell them kind of there as not spiral but yin nyina yet on your pd hu there as everybody and if no free ba yin e show them pa obotum aba because I am from man sem from man or bofa there no chem pefi hade amenye bi nti on che baby o eden ewo baby o bia everybody botum ato but online the be show no smash there and dem be ma share because wo abazi wo sanitize o blow hand na nti on no dey share na ekere reckless
but no but won water akonwa no do you are in charge of security nti if because in the day na me colleague our friend Eja Kwabra no bu said what was the security situation because yenyim there home your flashpoint and honorable you also asked the question home your flashpoint yenyim maybe you trade here home your flashpoint aya was or your flashpoint writing of names or voting or otherwise or your flashpoint nti ose instead of taking your security people to these areas to ensure them comfortable trading na wobo to abama ho another MPP phone wo be protected mo the police phone and soldier phone akogu border town then you don't want NDC to come just to prevent NDC also would be akogu ne district home near border town but wo
also to prevent NDC to come
also and it's targeted at NDC people
asabo okasema also to prevent NDC from coming
from voting from coming to register
the difference minister na so
COVID foreigners so I don't worry about the stop on mobile
on can NDC foreigners because the NDC for
because soldier will go to protect the sovereignty of the state mobile the foreigners also the one by one
on person was the soldiers who shoot to virus I don't know how they will see the virus and shoot the virus
but what I'm trying to say soldier phone galamsey galamsey wa he the vanguard me colors will draw soldier phone because economic to dollar power
dollar power
na Burkina Faso offend then Boko Haram Togo political climate or shaky so they were supposed to protect our border because Boko Haram were hit baby Ivory Coast until they were protecting our sovereignty now what was the COVID-19 saba na COVID-19 one of you awful plane but miss Libya one them yerba no be had visa because one were legitimate people who enter the country and echo elubo hona you about 7 unauthorized routes into
one of the task but ossi you are not using the police officers discretion agencies
conclude
okay
now what's it the margin but no phone you protect no what's yeah soldier food I'm doing why a lawful mandated job now MMTS is bandana the minimum security I don't speak to things that I do not know
okay
I can go and find out
okay
but I would my obey mu there Maybe I need security, no. Maybe they did it on the blind side of it because
okay.
a week ago, Honorable Collins Dowda one kasa. Well, it could be a small interviewer.
Okay.
So there will be security, but security won't to move baby at any time. And then when security no, when to move baby honest will be because police for her. So I'm robbers to me, my mobile. Why you human we are law no trigger. Watch you are. So our system ya in but man, yen dead abandon why another day. Even though we are supposed to protect the citizenry. America baby South Africa, police will be there with you, but crime rate is high, and I'm So we are managing a state. So also, share the the nitty-gritty of assembly wasting, fact by fact. And so we need to conclude that there is a linky. It be no conclusion. Important. But see, I say MPP for no feel there. Or NDC, you know, what second. MPP for 1 second. Or individuals 1 second.
MPP for 1 second.
No, so assembly is not the one kind of MPP. So John Donko, because John Donko. Oh yeah, one kind of MPP.
But sometimes where a statement of a charge sheet now. Oh, too much more.
And so the charge sheet about watching as an individual of the state.
Okay.
Atasa. Next state, no MPPs here forming or a political organization or your vigilante organization. Into what you next while I throw state when I am member of the New Patriotic Party. No link as someone was I on some important as it's a chinipa now, dear Shinipakun as an individual. Yes, I assembly we in fact about no conclusion or link to be a conclusion but obey MPP. Then we create a situation there. A man on ye, but extra money CCR or Kodia. Ended our president about 35 armored cars, mobile. What equips security? One vehicles now. The police for me when your car.
What's what in my immigration? The same thing that NDCs complain about. Them soldier it na work again. NDC entered NDC for a casa.
Someone
what's what boy yo MPP for boku. Why shada? CCR the one magana for NDC for register.
Some can miss there your man me one. What parents them bad. No can hand check to one from
why is it that in election year you are importing arms? Election year you are about to about 5 months to election. Mark for 2. More than immigrations.
No. Them into that we shouldn't protect our state. And now to a man except time on fire security. I know what the last month later or equip police. So I equip soldier for police for you 200. So please.
The last time what told you 2 months police phone?
No, what all your friend vehicles now.
What all vehicles? Yes.
No, so
one baby I'm soldier phone immigration phone.
So all of them. But you see, do they need
honorable DC so the more when
all the security agencies were supplied.
So faces at us. No, okay, or election year into soldier phone flatness then we system on no see what to baby. No, you see.
My last president
and they do okay. So what is done more? At us. So the phone one deplorable na bana boris sidan mon kaka no so okay odi equip on one more armored cars the Ghana Africa had yes security puno or a week but we have very intelligent security agencies at us to don't choose and pick the election year abati na epeda year so election year mama eden mo fa etrumba elections be to Colombia insurgents tumbum anamoba Boko Haram what to continue say be elections so go to use on no what we have to protect the say if you have nothing to do then means true. So pass the law. Good people are happy and bad people do not like it. And why to them even we are young or pedant some no see. Osi ya not seeing atasa. Osi your hand chama king.
Is the NDC for what the work committee is form.
Hand to that chama king.
You are missing the point.
One year some no one.
Young woman atasa because COVID-19 that took us up. The bone quick no about press. Hand check any pay. No. It's not you. I know people that I've spoken to atasa. It's not you. There I don't okosu yeah. No, nipa don't come because in American COVID-19 or be who they shoot entire gindam no na nyankopon so or more than so as an ancient from the nationalistic point of view and manage it.
Honorable DC also munjai be anyensem no asa mo person boni bisi
anya na hu ne yonko anyen.
Oh, but you baby so he may have a point.
No good onion, bad onion. Tell me good onion.
It's a view.
Every case and you know or two in a care. Onion at us in Bruni or onion or they are the part.
That's right. Good onion, positive onion and negative onion.
But honorable, seriously, why are there? Much today. Your friend MPP for you, obeying your people. Wait, when you be. Wait, when you be.
That is not the point.
And yes, sir.
asem na nkasa ne se sebi Donald Trump okura ye nyina ye ka se oye hwehwe ani mokura no wa catch the military installations ni bebre se munyai manufacturing of etuoni nyama ne kakra na monfa bi nya ventilators mame.
Oh, good.
America ono no sebi opentokwa no Donald Trump I say North Korea power fan bebo so Iran power fan bebo so no no kra reduce etuoni nyama ne yese oye ventilators. Oti Ghana ha. U case ni nam almost 25,000.
Yeah, there be a trim 25,000.
Yo.
25,400.
Yo. Na and then the most important priority of this government is not PPEs or doctors ni nurses so nemum etubrane a ye de bekwa ko gina nkrofo bi so because you suspect say will be stronghold nkrofo bi be ewuramu beto aba. That is what we want.
But a place order take how long aba?
It only taking how long?
If the order was taken a year ago,
but we don't have any record or chair there. More place
into COVID-19 the ban and Nakufa do fair. Clean Pocho be paid to now.
We don't know what to
manufacture.
Manufacture.
How long do they use? How long did Honorable Nyabuta money and a member of how long do they use?
Defense Minister now. The out 8 Konda. Atasa 2008. No work. I mean, I'm major mafufu. But I mean, you said defense minister, no, any team, technical team, work for other countries. That was 2008 September. On your true, not say military, they're equipped one.
But 5 months to election, yeah, equipped military.
No, I'm saying that 2018 September.
Indeed, you were order 2018.
On your day, no, or today, you, and we'll know it.
We need a document that shows that Ampada E were order in 2018.
Then to them, no, you have ministry. Maybe on your 2018, but me them pay for kosher. Atasa.
Bisu mami kama se no oya jimeta.
Okay, Chief Bisu, awunya abota.
The point is that
the trunk of say well no.
Kasi de ka obi ani mu ni asem o.
Why end up photo no potchom reba. Photo no you know had it or your cast na nzama na dan wo
show. But prince by a photo near say a cast near you. Why prince your part producer you photo from a ministry no commission no mo ye no arms no say a cast nko an ye hu. But no this land.
Me point ni say at this particular critical time ade bia ehu e chance be omo mbe cross from ebia Togo na Burkina na se Cote d'Ivoire abagana no etimi aka wo omampani na hyedem a enye saade ne nanka wo focus mum ko so se wo kokon saade no mo buy abam a na ya place order for some vehicles ehwehwe ni mu nti buka se o enye tuo na gu ho no se de gu ho no golf stick Bisu golf stick
nti no odama rebel etu no odama rebels na ewu interior minister and defense minister on your rebel leader no John anambwa defense minister and interior minister no John
no problem
now wait hey wait there I say wait there AKYERE
bazooka pa
nti dam na ewu dem etu enma order ya o when you agide so Boko Haram
but when with the video e ka bia anyimo
no
I
make a military of defense
nti na car ka ho
I say
car no we
no make a ministry of defense ended up vehicles and all that President Kubuya.
So it's different from this one here. It's different from immigration.
Today be a immigration what should we do portal boja border ho we kita hwe no be ba attack na enwa I mean more share the margin menyo beje da Ghana say protect your sovereignty.
Okay car no aban car no bay okay car no
aban but man patch the communication akede ntruntra obi work
elections but ono bunche tu wom
kaka no Kana I don't know what to because etun work what to car marko
headline say minister inspects markings on weapons what I say and mimi who after the weapon oh and vehicle a weapon honorable
I know weapon
this is there Adekye hwe wa
chaka na mami kasa
Adekye hwe ya bucha nanu se
mami kama sama
Boko Haram
this obo fi obo
makasa next point be there Boko Haram fu obo Ghana sisi ya na nche fi do wonye tree continue atasa na wa Ghana na esro
Boko Haram nka so ba dia ka o mampani akose de na kayanku
the last time what
obia o man bia de niema ewura PPEs and the manufacturing of things that will protect them against COVID wo de wani abre se me kwa totu de akojira voter na your friend said apais ni apa western region borders is that a priority of this country now? Doctors say you have over 700 of your health professionals infected with this COVID. Unsuro, nursing to your friend said patient ratio. John Dramani Mahama Roma. Any etimi BT even the WHO and then the African health standard now say Ghana one of the best in West Africa. Still you have a problem with doctors because one doctor in numbers of 4,000 patients. Which I said now a move best 150 say you isolate you from the place. What do you think is happening to our health system?
100 doctors so AKOSUA. Why did you kill them?
Charles, let me come ask him. Maybe the end say we have lost the priority. Did say why buy not lose priority because this is not the time to buy. Fine, vehicles I'm okay.
But you raise very important point to be said. In fact, election year kana president also Ghana home buying because we around for Cote d'Ivoire, Omako Nigeria, Omako Burkina. Until was Ghana cry.
Nobody is saying that you shouldn't do it.
Okay.
But must it be at the detriment of our basic necessity needed urgent attention now? Which is the fight against COVID.
On first can shame.
And a doctor for need that soon. And analysis need that soon.
And also you true.
As someone can
also you true. Higher Dr. York young
That is the point.
Ghana Medical Association might be raising questions say omu ni PPEs.
That is the point. And this say tube akusika bet me top PPE adaka ba kwa. Ade na ekoto tube by this time.
We are sure say tube akusika bet me PPE.
Ebetimi ato thermometers, ebetimi ato overall coat, ebetimi ato face mask, nose mask nyina. Tube akusika betimi ato. Yes.
Oh, he's right too. Today, yeah, also here, overpass also, my friend. Tamahui. Niskaya we inflate. Access. And the bottom of
Esewala.
And
we know we can inflate.
Atasa. Them Niskaya. And na Ridge Hospitals can no inflate. Ni na to bottom of
motorway na do so on the year and this in inflate sikano.
You started
70.
Yes, you started Atasa. Them scan inflation no occurred Atasa and to bottom them.
That's my inflate sikani nyina mo mafari.
But honorable Fuzeni Donko, on Jin to Musu says so far, President the $100 million, $100,000, echo share COVID no first. Before that, Ghana Ministry of Health at the
100 million Ghana cedis.
There were no Ghana cedis, no dollars. First $100 million, dollars. $100,000.
IMF, World Bank, and then stabilization fund.
I'm saying $100 million. First one. And sana World Bank they no okoje. Ababe count. Obeji abe count. Nti has he not made enough efforts?
Na make sure say sikani buy na kura campaign mu. Oh, e no mo kwache no mo primaries no. Sikani ko be bi e chese kwa.
World Bank sikano.
Na nya no mo kwache no mo primaries. Omo primaries na 100 and 200 no si dia him no officer na free
enye say no individual
individuals who work in government
na nti mu kra mo opposition mo call primaries man cherry man cherry mo am opposition man cherry
me think apani be hwe Ashanti region primaries na fekeke what me see ko hwe kasa delegates ato Kumasi bi abo mo dan so abo mo dan so kama primaries there omo delegates ne pa
which is normal,
which is not so normal me
ya normal edu election year bia mo
ya ko ji sikasi ya di beto pipi ya di ba magana fo aduane adi 3 weeks pen ye kan ye nyina gu abontin sika na aka na ye ni be bia fa ye domolo so okoye auditor ye so kotena fi accumulated leave corona audit nti o ne so kotena fi accumulated leave so they know what they were doing sister Fia no credit dey ba ko pe sika na anko be ye chese ko COVID fight na see fight ni sikana for baby. Sikana for baby and COVID fight no.
Okay.
Okay.
This mama bro ho na around the up.
COVID fight is can uncle be emi am ten Jubilee House yin number 2 year paid 3 months.
Okanwa.
Yes.
Ncha we cash nje bia what 3 months.
Having cash is relative because if you are waiting
3 months per week, maybe there 3 years you take me 10%.
No.
3 years you take me 10%
of my salary. Castle or the chip company. And no crime, we don't have any indication. Or the tell you on fire report to be on my say yet 3 years yet. And I chip compound no.
Yes, about 25 were completed. They handed over 2.1 million to this government.
2.1 million.
2.1 million was handed
out
over
of
to
Ghana.
Yes, the car, the my government way.
And there was a that you be a coin. Mama Joe.
I guy.
Yeah.
What's your number, man? Or you know, my cannot couple intro.
Oh, no.
Okay, well, I'm last.
This is the jantro.
I went to them. So I small. I forgot a small costume or some small beam to what Bassan Draba. Because Obaza Papa, I couldn't get Zakusha. I said, must I say, make a come?
Oh, no. We know you
have enemy. My say, mom evidence. Me pay half. What G? It doesn't mean the moose. Other things, Moncroft. No smarts, me about 3,000. I'm helping the situation. Now, to the market, now, baby, you see, when you're coming to talk, there's evidence back. Because your politics, no.
But how would they have evidence? Who pay check on you?
Oh, Mufondo, say, Nancy, what two text pay slip number and Timotu Yamona. And so I have Mufondo, it's a pair me and me. Oh, Motuma, pay G or text. In time, I catch me, push my Mayamo Sisia. What I'm trying to say is that on the MP from politics, will be Jawaka. When we are doing these things, we need them work a chain there to dissuade the Ghanaian. I say, Scar or Mampino Ben is gonna have a baby. I would have wished there, a Papanesis can have a and I pass her back a day. PP is don't go from. I mean, Sir Charles Bishop, remember back at the master now. Or make sure the Macan hospitals bear 10. PP is in Atasa. The number of days out. I hear the way you said day, staff and way I hear. Then you're making a cogent A. Okay, there's a deficit of 50 into a man in KD. In the same vein, also was escaping more minimum. Now, Italy, one opposition, as responsible as they are, they handed 58 million euros to the state.
Now, this is what I to people is watching.
I see.
What I chase,
oh, sir,
Mama was all over the place. Contribute for you put or chase bags of rice, the more for don't check.
Until Italy, what's 58 million? You think they don't do other things? But one bag will butcher foot.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that if Sepede, yeah, accountable to you. That means the man first scanner, I mean, scanner the mammo 10 million.
They don't trust you. I say Ghana is can promote AKYERE prime minister. Why would they want to give?
Because they don't trust us. Because what don't trust us because what by yes by Juma Papa Magana fat to Abama to them trust them. Okay. Because they don't trust us because manifesto is 78%. Yes, free SHS, what's possible, it has been sustained. Oil Ben, what's Oyabans, Oya Jungle, it is there. What Ben a resource case hit Ghana? Na ya bay, you recalibrate your economy, you have 2 factory settings, nor koye. And you know a Greek not as low as 0.04%. And I'm about a Greek negative. You was
anytime.
Exactly. Atasa. Now,
but don't know on your one fault. Was it there was a global climate change?
Okay.
No affected.
On your function and I do not teach nor say no waban or ye. Tell them on way. And another no stone into in Santona, a Greek one, but your ben at us planting for food and jobs, rearing for food and pandemic and ben. The economy at us, even though there's recession across the world, we've been able to withstand certain things. At us, these are the things we have to look at. Now, Shana say, oh, you're not to ask him the oh, why has it? But I ought to sin. But the gun of why descending is so when you come about to be able to sin the them, never so, I could take through the day. Shouldn't we protect? There's something called scale of preference. You protect the security of the state, you know. You be a base, so a national security issue, and I'm more. Biologically, or a national security issue. It is a young bodies near protecting. Immigration for pen paper notion kutuku. No be banokita second obeden. He needs to protect the state. Into no either way the menzaman. And that thing it true na them zaman. Only one day no was to. It could have ebia or there ansana. Your friend and covenant ba. Nancha and this for it true na banti yan chan and this for wabaka senti yan chan and yan them.
Okay.
You have to be decisive and then do what is right for Ghanaians.
Yo, Honorable DC.
AFIA, no crow who I ever cope. Well, who upon Chimantama and Jao Casatentia, a big Jao Jatua. A bina to me near nano pay. T. A Yaman was say, I feed 78% no my own manifesto, 78 no so about Miensa. Oh, Miensa out of 600 and something promises near 78%. With the back channel. But, Minia, ye naya waha, and na. Ye finance minister, COVID buy our Tam Ghana, the real figures of the economy, they watch the IMF for you who say, Sana, your friend is saying, figures are not free finance ministry, how about budget, winning as if we in Sana or Bono Pampers. figures ni nyina sana
abo figures in pampers
abono pampers abono pancake kama ye ni su fefe so be kwa chire na pacha figures ni nyina omonyo deficit ye ni number over best 10% cc. As I'm speaking to you, even the construction sector, even capital projects, over capital projects of this government, they are heading towards negative. Banking sector, defaulters in loans. Banks profits are making is going down drastically. Over 5,000 workers at the finance sector alone have been sent home. No, those people you have sent home,
now bank profit no from COVID times here now. We agree that there's recession across the world.
There is no recession when you started collapsing banks. There was no recession when you started collapsing microfinance.
You're saying that people
there was no recession
loans.
When you started collapsing
all loans. In the midst of pandemic,
small savings and loans.
Savings and loans.
Why not pay more goofy?
No, but ono nche
we say no kasa depositors kransanka omusika. E bi kwa so mo fa kwato bond.
Oh, the people penny na nipa kasa so mo tua 90%.
91?
I say 90%.
Ah, how much you omuka?
Depositors so much you na workers na.
See, I say you commercial banks, microfinance,
savings
and loan.
Ni nyina put together no so much you 90%.
Meso oboa. Ah, na men's go for that so your friend is a demonstration.
O say men's go
savings and loans for that so.
Men's go there be or court. They are court in their hands are tied. But they are under receive
savings and loans for no do na you say omo for musika no to 5-year bonds. And just say omo kwaji musika o. Sika no mo de kwa to 5 years bond na mature no kra ya say tua mu be say 20%. Yes sika no nyina na de ma.
Okay.
Nti o ya mo nyai brofo kama before person mo twa ntro no mo ka brofo. On kan ni twi ni ente ase. Oh, that is what they've been doing. Mimia, ni pay bre. Are they coupled with this COVID? Amanya ma ye basa so de bia. You see, ye na ye Ghana yi. Who are you no obi ambambe bon ho ban anye ni yankofa FPSOs ni ne ma ma. Sabi ono kura o 32 oil no kura kofa FPSOs no buy no. Na oil price kura ne time kura na profit a wunya ne no kura wunya na sa. Mahama ko ma yetimi ko nya 10 field be kan ho no.
Adwengo.
Ene profit nya nya mo ho na eba. All those your friend is saying revenues ba mu ncha ba mu nsem ncha aban bia ma bobo sia cha aban bia in first half of your government ma bobo sia cha aban bia nso ye ka se mo nkire niema o de 350 schools no o de kaka se magie asase be se mien sakura ma start fresh secondary school obi atimi a hye 123 ase owie 70 hand over 47 mile o se wonye ehu wa o se ubeti 350 asase kura wonyi bi o se ye manto nyomo mfrew obi atimi asi rich atimi asi Legon hospital
rich no nyo de dawa oh a facelift ada
expansion
yes
you see
expansion okay
new
block na expansion
expansion
also buy in new block be na ka also asi kire yen kire new block baako obi atimi asi hospital ma o ministers nyina atimi kwaji ahome wo o say
I know you met University of Ghana.
Yes. Enke ade e wo for ka ministers timi kwaji ahome wo ho. Wo bai na ka wo so achi ahomeji bi hospital ahomeji bi ba ko pe. In 3 years na ka ehu se wo so boa o man na konani. Nso so wo kwa kasisi a ye na ye o man ye NDC anya hwe. De wasi baabi ama otimi akwaje ahome no onye hwe. Wa wo bai a wo sabi asase kra wo ntoy wo so e man tonyo mo mfrɛ. So that is what the MPP is doing. Okay. I say omu nkwa nanim bi omu hu. Omu de omu hu no Ghana fo hu bi.
Okay.
And that is the way omu handle on mining nyina. Anti sikasema ye nya bomodin na family and friends bi hu to omu pe Ghana fo nyina ho ato omu. And that is the MPP for you. And that is not how you build it on mine. On mine chichire ne say obia say everybody say adentina obi there ono no engu banks ni nyina prekope engu microfinance. Do you think say ye time na ye try say ye best salvage situation ye dey sabi ni ye nwene Ghana depositors ho ana o just say what me up
onye mo time na God is love ni just motors ni hwan omo bo nkofo ka o kai say president mama kwa ebe ye major campaign issue against it.
Yes nene the okasa obeji sika na mama waje amamu.
Are people being in court for this?
God is love, Why? Obia Sanka Nisika.
Are people in court for this one?
God is love. They be work court. But this one
other financial institutions one away the man say be no court.
At Western or said yes.
So the laws have been applied.
Okay.
Okay. And now, Pochomobo, them state securities, so laws not govern them.
SEC,
laws not govern them. Until you are there, Nema, it's so. What should I wear?
Let me give you a classical example.
But they didn't go through the due process.
Okay.
If you have a classical example.
And they look down.
Yes.
Okay.
You piram,
yeah, wrapping up Bono, yeah, wrapping up Kakati.
Maybe the say,
or say more.
Take a bank like Unibank.
Yeah, wrapping up.
I bind in a car and Casasi can I bind Chia in the bank and Yengu Bank. And see a children in Saguni Bank and if you some. Epamunipa Mobocotanefi. UT and then Asifuna bank you raba Unyanka Sankasakwane Addison Sako Biano Sovereign Bank or one Biano mom be a grantee Bibia Momu Adekye no Masako tum nti why na teacher Ghana for Nsegu Omechi.
Okay.
So this is the country we live in.
Okay.
E fa omu fie dia eye am fa the fie dia only MPP ni ton to ma ba kona mu chem wo de na ye fake ni de na ye papa.
Until Ghana for birthday on the 7th of December. Pacho, Crawford send the text there. We are not protected.
No, because they
announced John there. You announced what's can the show face masks.
The distances are good, and this is also helping to break the chain of transmission.
And a chlorine machine, we are a drone zoom line on all the petty schools name that's the reason why, because to your watch a global standard, so CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera omo share mask in internet TV because yes na microphone wo ha o kasa e na a block o kasa kakra nti ye better
we ni boa say distances ni ye
yes and
sitting away e no susu ye e na we say no susu e se kasa na ebi kura obi na epia we no be neutralize e be man na weak nti ontimi nko obi fufuru mu
until the advert my enti mpocho
o be pay dey in the office
abusia for here dey ene nkomo bo no ebesi ase da kese nkoma Yera Charles Bisu e yo pani kese o yedwuma o Jubilee House a wo bo no homodin pa 2020 o se oni ndi to fo be sie ni mu bu no won dey hia ene violence dey no mu di tro bi obeka e dey tiam ndi so mu ni intro real figures e no mo dey ma because I hwe ya MPP for the azansa bezan Ghana 40 so be ma okopo ba se me wodan me wo ka mo so obo na kaprekra na onibi o se na NDC MPP for omo eye no pani kase Yera honorable fu se ni donko e kan DC e wo drobon so wo se ni ho no year of rose no apu ko one beauty me ko ta ko amakwata mfama dako ye be hye da ba ne aba be year of rose nkomobo e wo hanim senti aseda kese nkoma mpedifo mienu so mo se wo madaje ba so da Ghana fo a mo na mbekwa akwato aba 7 December no mo betimi nya informed decision uti ha do ha wa take a decision what to ababoko na ko enkotwetwe sekan enko obi ade nipa obewo ne sekan no onkodi omampani wo Jubilee Ghana ha suppose ya udi e depa na omampani nti ko wo obi ba sekan mi wa Jubilee onkotena ye ne etie na modi atena afia we NDC afia we MPP Adekye bia mpa party foforo kales na mde ahye me so Jubilee we me nkotena ho so ho adwuma me ye ya enie fada na mvotu ma no woni director wo mu na mvotu mu omonti mo send message na me dem ko jaso am say fire for fire wunim wo send message na di matem me kan message pepepe na me di bia bob ma so panye am so me di watem bi yes mo ja wo biem intesukoko bu enyina yenum ni ye ja to futa me nya chama general wo bu no ho wa kratche enmonyamfo me yo konto me we ni te me no be ko buga di matem na me dia na no ge bi no wo se makoka ba mi aso say na vim lady wanim din am say yes wo mu ma so bare say yes afia ko no ya ko da ya waso let's go as ya fa no wase ya fa asira ka se ma production team ni nyina sika ene obia ene me director DOP papa we gina na so wo ba be men mo nya for say yes that you mbo hu me na bodyguards ya me no mo na mbo say yes avem sukuta dom me na nka me ko di empia ka yi Charles Bisi nka se ka bana me post Say na me journalist kwa san na adwo asafo be ye MP nka DC say ka matwam DC odo to be DC papa na be send message adi matem wo dey send me kan kre me wi anu ma yi mo ho anu e ho no a direct ye ko ye baby yakopon ye adom ochina ono hwe so no ma de pachi ye e fa se da ma yo twedi apo e ho yakopon ochina ye be sa to aso bi ne de ama obi a wo hwe ye anu mentimi anka message a fa cha me yakopon ye adom ochina we kan ni nyina de ama e da wa se mo nyina mo ni hwe lawyer papa next week na lawyer but ya konyomo say ye lawyer guy lawyer tike anope ye chia papa